joined by another incredible Rams member, by Eric Dickerson. And thank you for your time. You came straight from the airport. Is that true?
Yes, I did.
It's not every day you get to have two guys sitting side by side, and I can sit back here and kind of watch the two of you take over this conversation because you guys represent the greatest parts of the Rams' legacy. And so we're going to talk a lot about what the Rams coming back to L.A. means. We'll talk a lot about the future of that team. But first, let's talk about the weekend that was. And I'm curious to hear who you thought the big winner of the weekend was overall.
Well, to me, in the NFC, the best team to me is out. That's Seattle. I think when you make mistakes and throw interceptions, it's hard to overcome those interceptions. So to me, in that case, Carolina was the big winner in that. And with the Pittsburgh Steelers, that game, they're so banged up. I mean, I got to give them, they played hard in Denver. They're really, really banged up. And when you lose your best player, your quarterback's in, you got your best receiver out, it's hard to win. It's like, and I think people have a tendency to forget that they'll say, well, why don't they play the backups? Well, that's why they're backups. They're not starters. So those two games for sure. I'm looking forward to Carolina and Arizona playing. I mean, I think that'll be a great game. But I hate that Seattle didn't get a chance to get back there. For sure, I think everybody knows New England. New England's New England. Mm-hmm. And they're going to do what they do. And that game is all about Tom Brady. If Tom Brady plays well, I think they win. If not, they don't play well. They don't win. And
they're playing essentially without a running back. Let's face it.
They don't run the ball anyway.
Right.
I think the first 20 plays were passes. It's like we don't even have it. We run the ball just because we say, we need to run it once or twice. So that's it.
I think he was just giddy having guys to throw to. Amendola, Gronk, having Edelman. He actually had choice.
Just based how they play, they view running plays as ball thrown down the line of scrimmage. The receiver catches it. That's a run play. Back runs a swing route. That's like a toss sweep to them. When they fake the ball to the back and hit him on a check down, that's like you pop one through the line of scrimmage. And that's how they look at running plays. They're not conventional with handing the ball to a running back unless they figure out you can't stop it.
Right.
And we've seen that. LeGarrette Blount, when he was healthy, if New England figure out you can't stop the run.
Oh, they're going to run. Well, that's any team, not just New England, any team. If they figure out you can't stop something, they're going to run it over and over.
But New England with Tom Brady, I mean, they've had games. I mean, they played the Colts and ran the ball in the 30-something time, and Tom will throw the ball another 20. When you have a quarterback like Tom Brady to just capitulate to the run, that never happens.
It makes it so easy when you got a quarterback. I wish I'd have had a quarterback like that, man.
I knew when I said that.
Oh, my God.
I knew when I said that you were going to say.
Man, we played in the Pro Bowl, and I had Joe Montana, and I'm like, man, I told Roger, you are so lucky. You don't know. You get a pass thrown downfield. Like, we completed the pass downfield. Like, that's excitement for us.
People don't understand the quarterbacks that he played with and the lack of a passing game. I mean,
it was tough.
That he played with. It was unbelievable. He started to go down the list of quarterback. I was like, okay.
He plays quarterback too?
That's why I always call him. He's the greatest Ram running back of all time. Of all time. To have the numbers that he had with the guys that played quarterback.
Well, my quarterback, I would say, for me, when I played, was Vince Ferragamo. I mean, I had Vince that 1 year. And that 1 year, man.
That 1 year.
It was so, I'm like, this is easy almost. Right. And when all of a sudden we didn't have him, man, it became tough.
You were just lucky, Marshall. You had Kurt. I mean, you had a partner.
Oh, my gosh.
Come on now. I know Kurt's at home. Rich is going to laugh because Rich always drops this on Kurt, but you have to understand, Trent Green went down, and I looked at Kurt, and when you read his bio, it said he was bagging groceries at the Hy-Vee. That's the guy that was going to be my quarterback. But I just love the fact, I love it, and I think everybody loves it. That's why Kurt is who he is and the person and the man. When preparation meets opportunity, unbelievable what can happen, and he was ready for that moment.
Marshall Faulk, Eric Dickerson, Susie Schuster here on The Rich Eisen Show. Eric, I'm curious, it sounded yesterday in a lot of the departure interviews in Seattle, Doug Baldwin, Russell Wilson, they all sounded like they were talking about Marshawn Lynch in the past tense. Do you think he's done up there?
When you get hurt late in your career, they start looking around. They do. I mean, especially at the running back. The quarterback position is different. Offensive line position is different. But the running back position, yeah. they're going to start looking around for sure.
And it's different for him because he is a divisive personality. He also rehabbed off-site. He didn't stick with the trainers. He did his own thing up there. And how much does it come into play when you're making these decisions when the personality is a little difficult?
A lot of it comes into play. I mean, a lot of it because they figure, well, you know, we can do without him now. I mean, and I hate to say that because he's a big part of the Seahawks team, and the players love him. But you know, when you clash with the coaches in the front office, you know, they were like, hey, we can do without you. We can we can win without you. And they did. They got to that point pretty much without him, and that's the decisions that they make.
Yeah, and you saw Lou Rawls' son, Thomas Rawls, really pick up the slack. I mean, he's not really Lou Rawls' son, but I just like.
I was going to say, really? I said, really?
I just like saying that. They had a young running back there, but I'm gonna say this about Marshawn Lynch. Teams, somebody like the Dallas Cowboys, a team like the Oakland Raiders. He's from Oakland. They are going to relish the opportunity of having Marshawn Lynch in their backfield. I mean, the guy. He can still play this game. That's the thing. He can still play, and you know, when you miss that amount of games for a running back, it's a blessing. Trust me. I mean, you're not taking the pounding. It extends your career. You don't want to miss them, but I look for Marshawn. If he decides to play, he will play in the NFL.
And I hope he gets on a good team.
Oh, he's only playing for a winner. You got to remember.
Yeah, you can't.
No insult to Buffalo.
Right.
He spent some time in Buffalo,
yeah, exactly.
and they didn't win a lot. So he's had a taste of winning in playoffs and Super Bowls. You can't go back.
You don't want to go back to that. That's no fun. That's no fun football. It's like you look at the clock, like, man, can we get this game over with? You know, it's like, oh, we down 30-0. It's first half. Oh, yeah, it's disheartening.
Let me ask you about the rookie in Arizona and David Johnson. Do you think the playoff speed, just the experience of being there, what slowed him down? It was his second consecutive game held to under 100 yards.
Well, you know, when you get to the playoffs, everything speeds up. I mean, it's faster, and people don't believe that, but it does. Guys play harder because you got one shot. It's not going to be a next Sunday.
Right.
I can't say that the playoff speed slowed him down. It was like they were ready to stop the run. You know, he's not going to hurt us. And because when you got a running game and a passing game, they're working right together, it makes it hard on the defense, very hard. So at one point, we're going to take this guy away early.
You thought he looked a little lost.
Well, first of all, kind of to feed on what Eric was saying, Green Bay decided that they were going to put it all on Carson Palmer. It was a great decision because understanding that was Carson, that was really his second. That was his third game, but really his second because he got hurt early in his second game, maybe 2 plays in. So, and Carson struggled, so taking David away. But what I noticed from David is when things move fast, you tend to want to move faster. And as a running back, you have to go through your routine of getting the ball and the mindset of it's speed through the hole, not speed to the hole. He was getting there too fast. Mm-hmm. So with the game speeding up, he sped up. And once he got a couple of carries and you start to kind of, you get a little winded, you start to slow down and play at the pace to where you can be successful and you see things.
And you brought up the point about explosiveness in the holes and where you have to accelerate and where you want to stop. Can you explain that, Marshall Faulk?
He wasn't buying time. He was getting there. Every play, it's so funny. The reason why the back steps to the side and the lineman step to the side is so you can read and have plays happen. Everything, there's timing. And his timing was off. He was getting there too fast. And the minute he took a step, little hesitation, I call it gliding. Mm-hmm. When you see a back get up to the line and you glide and boom, hole opens and you hit it. He had no glide early in the game. He was rushing. He was downhill fast. And when you're young, you're so excited. I remember my first playoff game. It was just like I felt like I was tired in warm-ups. The game was moving fast. It's just a lot. It's a lot.
Young, big Eddie Lacy. I have to make that transition.
Young
it's the only way to do it, right?
Big, you just say Big Eddie Lacy is what you wanted to say, Susan.
Young, big boy Eddie Lacy. Let's play some sound from Mike McCarthy because he had this to say about his running back.
Eddie Lacy's got a lot of work to do. I think I'm stating the obvious. His offseason last year was not good enough, and he never recovered from it. I had a chance to talk to Eddie today, and that was pretty much the majority of our whole conversation. So he has to get it done because he cannot play at the way that he played it this year.
I think he also said, y'all got to lay off the cookies, right?
Like more
Pretty
cookies,
much.
yeah. Like
Pretty
Oscar,
right.
too.
So, and let me say this, because I know sometimes we just jump in. I don't know if Eddie was hurt and was not able to work out the way and make sure he came into camp. I'm saying I don't know what his offseason was like last year, but it appears to me that he's going to be healthy going into this offseason. And basically, here's what Mike McCarthy was saying in the background. Like he was saying all of that stuff. He said, Eddie Lacy's going to be here in Lambeau for the offseason. He's going to be 100% participant in the offseason program, and he will come in next year. He'll be at the weight we want him to, in shape. That's what he said.
That's what it
much.
sounded like what he said.
Is it different?
I mean, it's funny you say that because now I look at him, I'm like, man, he's a little heavy for a back.
Man,
Yeah, but
he's
when he was
carrying the
running, I
can.
mean, there was a lot of big boy coming in that run that he ripped
I'm
off.
gonna tell you, when that carry, when he broke
Yeah.
and caught himself, like that's when everybody was like, okay, that was supposed to be a touchdown.
I see a crystal ball, and in that crystal ball is a lot of broccoli and salmon, if you know what I'm saying.
Is it different strokes for different folks, though? Like, how come, like, Jerome Bettis was successful as a larger running back? Mike Tolbert for the Panthers, they call him the human bowling ball. He has no issues with having that extra weight on. Why is it that you think Lacy's struggling so much with that?
I just think he's uncomfortable with that weight, really. I think he's, the Bus is he was always kind of a big guy. Even in college, he was big, not quite as big as he was in the pros, but later in his career. I mean, early, he was not as, he was a little thin for him, but, for a guy that's not used to carrying, say, 10 extra pounds, it's hard. I mean, because you wear down quicker. When you break the line of scrimmage, that run you would take 80 yards, now you're taking it 50 yards or 40 yards. And that's the difference when you're carrying that extra weight.
The problem is it's what's expected of him in Green Bay. They have an idea of what they want to get from Eddie Lacy and how he is going to play. His role isn't like what Jerome role became when he was in Pittsburgh.
Right.
It's not 3, 4, 5 yards in a cloud of dust, or if you break one, we understand. No, they want Eddie Lacy to be the Eddie Lacy he was the first couple of years in the league. So therein lies the problem. Now, if Eddie Lacy, let's say he goes to another team and they're okay with him being a change-up big back, then he could grow that keg in front of him and carry it around and have it not be a problem. But right now, it's a problem for this offense because it's not sinking. They run the fullback. They run John Kuhn for those types of yards. They don't want Eddie Lacy in there only getting 2-3 yards.
Well, let's take a break. When we get back, we'll go down memory lane a little bit with both of you. We'll also talk about the future of the Rams here in L.A. I want to hear about what it was like to play here because...
You see that smile? Look.
Yeah, he's like, let me...
You see that smile?
Let me get ready to talk about me.
He's so happy. We're back. We're back.
It's going to be an epic conversation coming up here. This is The Rich Eisen Show.
Clock continues to run at the 27. First down call. Dickerson is back there. Give to Dickerson. Wants the middle. Has the middle at the 25, to the 20, to the 15. Dickerson to the 10. He's to the 5. Touchdown! Eric Dickerson saw a little opening as he started left. It was back to his right, and he just outran the folks off to the right side and turned that corner up for the score. And the Rams got on the board with 1:31 to play in this first half. A 27-yard gallop by Eric Dickerson.
That was October 26, 1987, your last touchdown, Eric Dickerson, as a member of the L.A. Rams. Are you still in that moment? Do you remember where you were? Like, what was it like?
Cleveland Browns in Cleveland on, I think it was a Monday Night Football. I remember that game very well.
What was it like being the face of football in Los Angeles?
I'll say this much here. When I came in, I didn't know it was going to be like that. And I was fortunate enough to have a great rookie season. But I think the thing I remember the most is that I went to a Laker game with Dr. Curlin. And as I walked in to sit down, all the Laker players came over, Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And as they came over there, everybody gave me a standing ovation. And I was like, I'm embarrassed. I'm like, oh, my God. I mean, it was great. I mean, I got to say, it was great to play in L.A. The weather was always great. Girls are beautiful. And then the next year, come back and having 2,000 yards, setting that record. It was fantastic. That's why I tell the guys that's coming in now, man, it's just going to be, it's different being St. Louis and LA. This is a big major market.
When you think about it, coming back, and we talk, but there's some guys who played for the Rams, and this is serious, and that's their identity. What is this to them?
Oh, man, it means everything. It really does. I mean, that's what people don't realize is that, you know, we have a team that we played for. Like, and I went to Chicago to visit my friend Richard Dent, went to the Chicago Bears game. It's like going to the game with the mayor or the president of the city. I mean, and that's what the guys here we don't have. I mean, we love going to St. Louis to watch the Rams play. I'm always around no matter where they play at. But when you have your team here that you played for and played hard for, it's a big difference because now the fans remember you. If they're not the dad, the grandparents, they remember you. Now they're getting their sons. Hey, he played for the Rams. So it's a big moment for us LA players.
Eric, football, I mean, LA haven't had football for a long time. Are they ready to embrace it? I know the real Rams fans, they want football, but are they ready to embrace it? And when I say embrace it, I'm talking about when we go to Green Bay and when we go to Kansas City, when we go to those cities that are really about football, and it doesn't matter what the record is, they are there at the games. Are they ready to embrace football?
1 minute tour out, guys.
Well, I'll say this much here. I think so, but, you know, you have to give them a chance. When we played in L.A., when we were in Anaheim, to me, I like playing on the road better sometimes because we had more fans sometimes because we were in Anaheim, and I think the Rams, when they left L.A., and went to Anaheim, they lost a lot of fans on that move. Coming back to LA, those fans will come back to the Rams because there's so many Ram fans everywhere. I went to New York my rookie season. We played the Giants the opening day. It was so many Ram fans in New York. I'm like, wow, I'm shocked. This is New York City. So I believe that the city and LA is ready for the Rams to come back.
And you'll be there center stage, smiling away that first day. So much more ahead on The Rich Eisen Show. Eric Dickerson, thank you so much for coming straight from the airport.
Thank you, man.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern. On Audience.